If you have a smartphone and $50 to $100, there are 3 income streams that you can actually set up using your phone and start profiting in the next 24 hours. I'm going to show you in this video exactly what I would do if I was you and I had that money, and I'm going to actually give you step-by-step processes so that this is something by the end of the video you can use as a blueprint so you can set yourself up for success and start profiting right now. Here's what you need: a smartphone, $50 to $100, and of course the most important thing is some hustle. Make sure that you are ready to hustle and just follow the best practices so you can get the best results. I'm going to show you 3 ways to start reselling products without that warehouse, expensive equipment, and also without any laptop, okay? I'm going to show you how to do it with just your phone. Let's get started. So when it comes to OfferUp, this is one of my favorite, and this is how I started, right? Now, it wasn't necessarily OfferUp, it was Instagram at the time, because when I first started, it was before OfferUp and Let Go actually came out. Okay, I started back in 2014, but what I did was I started to utilize my social platforms to actually find phones that needed to be bought, and you could do the same thing. When it comes to finding phones now, it's a bit easier because you have OfferUp, you have Facebook Marketplace, but let's just stick with OfferUp, right? But everything that I'm saying, you can still do with Facebook too. So number one, what you want to do is you want to be able to search, okay? Make sure you're searching but not looking for anything that can be shipped. It's important that we're not depending on people to ship us products for us to flip. We want to make sure that we can actually physically come get the device so we can physically go and sell it. So it's important that you in your search bar or in the filters turn off the shipping option, okay? Make sure that you're at least at 30-mile radius, and also go ahead and search the term iPhone or phones for sale, broken phones, cracked screens, right? Now you're gonna look for a phone, but the phone is gonna have to be a lower model because we're only starting with $50 to $100. So what I would recommend you doing is literally typing in iPhone 11, okay, or even iPhone XR, okay? Now these 2 devices are really old, but they also still sell. So believe it or not, there are people out here that are looking for devices for their children, they're looking for devices for themselves, and they are on a budget. Now, the main point of this process is for us to buy low so we can sell a little bit higher. So we're going to look for an iPhone 11. We're going to look for an iPhone XR. Now, we want to do these phones because these phones kind of don't have any value when it comes to OfferUp or when it comes to a consumer trying to sell. Now, I want to make this very clear. We're not going to be dealing with selling to any wholesale buyers in this video. We're going to be dealing literally directly with consumers, okay? Consumer direct, okay? Which means a consumer is somebody that is buying based upon what they need. A wholesale buyer will be somebody buying based upon what the market value is. The market value for these phones, it's obsolete, right? They're old. So we're not going to do anything with wholesale buyers. But if we can find a consumer that is looking to buy a phone for their son or their daughter, or maybe somebody broke a phone and they need a replacement, that's where you come in. But we first have to find somebody desperate that wants to sell their phones. So here's a really, really good tip. Okay, so the best time to start making offers with OfferUp are going to be towards the end of the month. So I tell my students between the 25th to the 5th is where we really want to start attacking people trying to actually make offers. Now, when I say attacking people, I don't literally mean attacking, but I do mean actually approaching, saying, hey, I can do this amount, and ask a question, okay? So if we see an iPhone 11, I'll say, hey, I can do $150. Does it still have the box? I could do $120. Does it still have a charger? I ask these questions because our offers are going to be low, because we really don't have a lot of money to spend. So we want to make sure that we're not scaring away the person selling, but we want them to think, well, if I answer this question in a certain way, maybe the price will go up. And that's sort of kind of where we win. But always remember, we're capitalizing off of people being desperate. Now, the fact that we're going and just working with $50 to $100, we're actually going to have to go and use the full amount, the $100. We probably could say, hey, I could do $90, and we're going to have to probably look for a phone that may have a crack, may have some type of defect, may be locked to a carrier, may be passcode locked. All of these devices that I just said still will make you more money than that $100. The main point, remember, is to turn that $100 into more money. And we have to make sure that if we go and we buy a phone that is going to have some type of value to somebody, We want to make sure we are not buying from our emotions and what we think feels right, but instead what we know people will want. What demand are we trying to fulfill? So I'll give you a good example. If I was to go ahead with $100 and start flipping, the first type of device that I'm going to be looking for is a cracked back or a cracked screen. Now I'm going to look for these phones because these phones are only going to be devalued based upon the consumer. I'll give you an example. If somebody really needs a phone really bad and I find an iPhone 11 unlocked but it has a cracked screen, that consumer that may have broke their phone yesterday, they'll take that cracked screen phone. Trust me, I know. But also you have to do your part, which your part is making sure you're not price gouging. So don't sit there and buy a phone for $100 and then try to sell it for $300. No, the main point is, okay, I bought it for $100. I'll probably sell it for $160 or $150. That's probably really honestly what I would list it on. I'll offer up for it, but I probably may get maybe $120, $130, making a $30 profit when you're just investing $100 actually is pretty good. Of course, we want to make that $50, but let's be realistic, which we'll do this whole video. It may not happen. So you want to make sure you're playing around with your profit margin and not just stuck on one thing since we're starting so low. Keep in mind, you are going to be starting low, but that $100 can turn into $150. You just have to go out and do it. It's going to be scary. Maybe you may be nervous because you see a bunch of people flipping with higher devices, but trust me, you can get this done, and this is how you can start the snowball effect for you to start flipping effectively. All right, next we're going to talk about the Mccari, which Mccari product flipping is really easy. And I think I got to big myself up. So I'm honestly going to plug in my website, which is wesply.com. If you don't know, I have a company called We Supply, and this company is geared towards helping resellers get products, right? You don't need a business license, a reseller's permit, an EIN. I just sell wholesale to you. Now, here's where you can take advantage when it comes to Mccari, right? If you are somebody looking to actually sell, build, and grow, you can actually buy products on my website. We store it in my warehouse and we ship it out when you need, or buy the products from my website, wesply.com, and start flipping on Mccari. Now, let me explain to you exactly how you will want to do this. Let's say you're looking to sell iPhone chargers. Go into Mccari, go to the search bar and type in iPhone chargers. Don't just look at what's listed because it's going to be a bunch of things. But the beautiful thing about Mccari is that they have a sold tab. Hit the sold tab. It's going to show you a bunch of products that have been sold. You don't want to look at that either. You want to go to the filter and you want to hit most recent. When you see most recent, it's going to show you what most recently was selling or what has sold. You want to go and look for phone chargers that you see on any website. It could be wesply.com, AliExpress, Alibaba. You want to find those chargers that have sold and you want to start reselling them. You want to use that $100 to go and invest into buying chargers because chargers are low cost. A 20-piece charger pack costs you $15. You're able to go ahead and sell each charger for $3. You can sell them as a bundle. There's a bunch of different ways you can sell, and using Mccari, you're easily going to get these sales done because Mccari is a platform that is my flea market platform, I call it, right? Because there's a bunch of people that are looking to buy for cheap, for deals. That's like literally the best way I can put it. They want deals, and you'll be able to provide those deals on a budget, which is making you more money. And remember, you can list 10 things today on Mccari and start getting offers in less than 24 hours. I've had it done before. There's so much potential that you can actually do so you can grow and start actually, again, making that snowball effect. So lastly, the eBay resellers kit method. So this is something where, again, it's similar to the Mccari, but eBay is a platform where you are guaranteed to get sales if you have assets. Now, there's somebody out there that wants to buy that product. I don't know what product you're trying to sell, but there's somebody that wants it. No matter what it is, it probably supplies a demand somewhere. Now, here's where I think a lot of people sort of kind of go and get scared, is because they think that they have to go on eBay and start making hundreds of dollars. No. We're starting with $50 to $100. What I would personally recommend is go ahead, go to wesply.com. I have a section on the menu where it says you can build your own box. You can build your own wholesale box full of products that you pick that you can actually start selling. And it gives you the freedom to actually see what products you enjoy selling. Do you like selling headphones, chargers, cases? What do you like selling? Most importantly, what sells on your store? Because if I'm being honest with you, not everything sells on everybody's store. Trust me, know this, because I work with 300 plus eBay stores on a weekly basis, and I can tell you automatically that sometimes some headphones sell on others and sometimes speakers sell on other ones. It all depends on your eBay, and it all depends on what the customer wants. But make sure that you're utilizing this eBay format to actually go and start making money. Remember, eBay is a powerful platform, but if you list smart, and it has a bunch of people, but if you list smart, I'm telling you right now, you'll be able to convert. You can literally build this business by a plug and play system. Plug the products that you find from different websites into eBay. Now, if you want to look at what sells or what is selling on eBay, type in whatever type of product you're trying to sell, go over to the column that has the filter, hit sold, and then go and look at what has sold recently. And you'll be able to see some bundles sell, some products sell when it is not in the box, some products sell from bids, but it will give you insight on what to list, where to list, and most importantly, how to list. And I'll give you one more. There is a really big difference in where people get frustrated because their product isn't selling versus the other person next to them is having a really good sales week. They start to wonder, why is this person selling the same product that I'm selling and I can't get nobody to buy? I get views, but nobody buys. If you're in this situation, 9 times out of 10, it's because of your shipping. Maybe you have a long shipping handling time, or maybe you're not offering free shipping. If you're offering free shipping, make sure that you bundle the price that it costs to actually ship the merchandise in the price. If you're not offering free shipping, make sure you're making the price look really, really good, and then you're making sure that the shipping price is also affordable. These are like really good tips to actually ensure that you're fixing and also providing the best practices to make sure your eBay store is selling. Now, if I was starting today, this is exactly what I would do. I would make sure I'm making 10 offers every single day on OfferUp, and also on Facebook Marketplace, even though we didn't talk about Facebook Marketplace in the video. And then I want to make sure I'm listing 2 to 5 products every single week on Mccari, 2 to 5 products every single week on eBay. Now, I'm going to revise my products once a week. I'm going to have a certain day. So it may be Wednesday for you, where you actually go back in your Mccari or your eBay and check on the status of how many views you got, how many people are interested. You want to treat this like a business, okay? But you don't want to do it every day because you'll start frustrating yourself. Next, you want to set up one day a week where you're actually shipping as well, because if you keep shipping daily, you're going to get burnt out as well. All right. And then lastly, guys, what I would do is make sure that I am repeating what's working. If eBay isn't selling for me, I'm not selling on eBay right now. If Mccari isn't selling for me, I'm not focusing on Mccari. Focus on what is bringing you the money. If you are getting people that actually are talking to you on OfferUp, utilize OfferUp more than all the other platforms. The main point is we want to get one income stream to start rolling first, so we can then pivot after we start making a great amount of income from that one income stream. Now, if you guys want the resellers kit or want to build your own box, definitely go click the links below. I have a bunch of things that will help you when it comes to being able to create your own product box or get products in general. Go to wesply.com. You can get started right now. It's not hard, and most importantly, I've done everything I can to remove as many roadblocks, shipping problems, long shipping times, low quality products, needing resellers permits, and of course, if any of these websites ever ask you for any invoices, we have your back like a bra strap. We'll send it to you. Guys, it is a no-brainer. Start making money work for you. You guys got this. Thank you so much for watching this video.